it's so fortunate to have you here. To be honest, you know, because of all this pandemic and because of all this crazy coronavirus, but by chance, it's a good chance for us to meet each other. And I know him. He has a really he enjoyed reading and writing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are you reading at the moment? And you know,
yeah,
would you like to share some of it?
Yeah, of course. I'm reading at the moment a book about Humboldt, Alexander von Humboldt. It's a very known in Germany, very known biologist, geologist, and adventurer. And well, it's a very nice book. It's like an introduction, you know, to see how his life was and all what he did, what he discovered. And actually, I would say that he was the one that really discovered like America.
Alexander von Humboldt was a 19th century Renaissance man. He was interested in, well, almost everything. In fact, there was a time when Humboldt was one of the most famous people in the entire world. And in Philadelphia, he met the leading scientists and artists. And in Washington, he palled around with President Thomas Jefferson and Secretary of State James Madison. Dolly Madison wrote,
"He's the most interesting traveler we have ever met, and is much pleased with America."
While he was in the United States for just 6 short weeks, the political and scientific friendships Humboldt formed profoundly influenced American cultural identity over the next half-century.
He described the whole nature, you know, everything, the fauna, the flora, the animals, the plants, and also he...
And if that makes sense to you?
Yes.
It makes sense.
In which sense you mean?
It means you understand it, and you... I mean, by making sense, you would really think it in a very logical way. That is completely easy for you to understand the transcript and all the writing that he put in the book.
Oh yes, it's actually a biography. Yeah, it's written by a woman called Andrea Wolf. I don't know. I think she's from the States, but I'm not sure. Yes. Okay. And she writes very nicely written the book.
Is that in German or in English?
And it's a translation.
Oh, it's translation.
Normally, I prefer to read always like originals, not translations. Even if I translate.
I agree with you. Well, to be honest, sometimes I read, I can read 2 languages, Vietnamese and English. So some books I find it's really good and really interesting in English. But when I read the Vietnamese version, it's just completely different. Sometimes it just I just don't understand why they don't have the most interesting part in the different language.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it is one of the best things that learning different languages can help you to, read the original products, original books.
Exactly.
From the authorized writer.
Yes.
Or from the,
I always try to read the originals. Yeah. Because when you translate, it's a beautiful job because actually it's the best way of reading, translating, right? So, and when you translate, also you have to, especially in terms of literature, you have to really try to get into the person,
the context and the person,
how the context and the person, especially the person, how the person felt when the person was writing. You need to really learn first about the whole topic. The whole topic and the person itself. Exactly. So if you can meet the person even better. Or to translate, for instance, like authors like Kafka. It's not easy now because you cannot meet him in person, but you can read a lot about him.
So what you're saying is that translating is not simply translate word by word, but the person who translated has to understand the topic. And reading his translation is like meeting the person. Exactly. Rather than just reading word by word.
You have to get into the person and think you are this author. Yeah. And translate it.
Put all the work in
put it in the best way you can in the other language. Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful job, right? It's not an easy job, okay?
Exactly.
And it's not just word by word translating. It's about the whole knowledge, the understandings, and also your personality of the translator.
Exactly. Yes.
So that's what we say when I meet another, a completely a foreigner. It's just like reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that person yet until you open the book and you get to know that person.
Yeah.
So it is. I mean, it's a gift for me. I find because when I find a person, I can have a sense of maybe understand them, or maybe trust them easier. They tend to be more open to me, and then they try to talk to me about their secret. I mean, I didn't ask for it, but they are willing to just talk to me and share to me, and I keep it for them.
Yeah.
And then that's how I meet a person. It's just like reading a book. You read it, you get into it, but then you close the book and just keep it for yourself.
That's very nice.
That's me too. When I finish a book and I keep it and I comprehend it, the word comprehend, I wait and I see, and sometimes I don't get it and open the book again, and that's how I read it again.
Yeah.
Just that part, the part that I don't really understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you find the same?
Yes.
That's good. Yeah, so that's the same opinion about us, right? Bilingual and multilingual person. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the job. Because you're a translator and interpreter. So what is the difficult thing being a translator? I mean, what is the most difficult challenge and obstacle that you have when you translate a language to another language?
It depends what you translate, no?
Yeah, okay.
It depends, like literature, I already said, no? What's like the challenge, that you have to face. Then, for example, if you do interpretation, and it depends, no, in which area what you're going to interpret and to translate. If it's, I already worked for a car company, so I had to acknowledge many words before, so I got a big list of vocabulary, and about the whole context, how it works. So I had to learn also about mechanics, engineers.
So you can be an engineer after you translate, well.
Yes, indeed. This is very interesting because also this is also a very beautiful part about being an interpreter, because you learn so much about topics, but there are different areas.
Not just language.
It's not just language. It's about the whole different things. If you translate, for example, like in a hospital, you learn a lot about medicine. If you translate law, cars, like I did. It's not really my area. But it was actually interesting. Now I think I even would be able to kind of try to repair a little bit of the car, like that.
That's beautiful.
Hi, it's Johnny. If you like the video, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in part 3 of Multilingualism video. Thank you. Bye bye.